So, why I feel like you should live alone, part 2. I feel like you should live alone because in my experience living alone, it made me find my worth. I'll tell you something about myself. When I first got out of high school, I had a lot of insecurities. I had low self-esteem. I didn't like my body. I was a bigger girl. So, it was like, okay, so then I start hitting the gym hard. I was hitting the gym hard for 3 months, and then I ended up getting in a relationship, and everything just kind of went left, lopsided, whatever. To where I wasn't focused on myself anymore. And, I was really just putting my all into a relationship, right? So how did I feel like I got out of that relationship? Is because I kept imagining that girl who loved her own company more than I loved the presence of the person that I was with. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, in that time that I lived by myself, I learned to love my own company. In that time that I lived by myself, I learned that I was growing, I was evolving, that the things that I was going through, it was just me and God in solitude, and it was just fine. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not open to a relationship now. I am open to a relationship now, but I have more boundaries. And this time, after leaving that long-term relationship, I now know that the next person that pursues me, I'm not just happy and hopping on the first person that says, hey, let me take you on a date. It's no, baby, you got to be this tall to ride this ride. And when I say this tall to ride this ride, I mean your morals have to be in check. You have to have integrity. Is your mindset in the right place? I'm not specifically talking about looks, although you do got to be a looker. But I'm literally looking into your heart. What are you saying? How do you speak about yourself? My thing is, people will tell you how they feel about themselves and how they feel about life if you just listen to them the first time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about that. So, a man, if you run into this conversation and when they talk about, their past relationships, and they're like, you know what? I've been hurt. All bitches done cheated on me. They lied. Okay. Am I speaking a word or am I speaking a word? Let me get to the point. Okay. Let me tell you. Okay. So, if all they're talking about is, they lied, they cheated, I feel like, women ain't this is a big one right here. My grandmama said it's gonna take a phenomenal woman to handle me. Baby, that's a challenge that I don't want. You hear me? Because every guy that has said that to me has literally tried to take me on a challenge, has literally tested me every time my feet hit the ground to try and test and have me prove my worthiness to them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Baby, let me tell you something. When you come and pursue me, you know that I'm already worthy. Okay? I know that I'm worthy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know that when you come and pursue me, that only God allowed you to get through to this. I don't want to say like hard or anything like that, but yeah, a lot of men are intimidated because I'm a woman with my head on my shoulders. You can tell that by the way that I carry myself. You're not just gonna come over here talking whoop-de-whoop. Not no more. I've grown. You can tell by the way I carry myself. I'm not just he asked me on a date and I melted. Those days are over. I've learned. You see what I'm saying? So, all of this is to say, when I lived by myself, I did some what people like to call shadow work. I didn't know I was doing shadow work. Do you understand what I'm saying? I just knew that there were things about me that I didn't like, and I was alone by myself in that apartment, and I was like, why don't I like this about me? What started that for me? Why does this, when this happens, why do I feel that way? How can I change that? Asking those type of questions will change a whole lot of things about you. Why is it when people say that you're fat that you get offended? They didn't say you're ugly. Why the fuck do their fucking opinions even matter? Excuse my language. But seriously, as you grow and as you evolve and you start to ask yourself those type of questions, it's like, oh, no, that makes sense. Why does their opinions matter? Why do you live your life based off others' opinions? That's what I really want to know. Seriously. No, seriously. Really. So, I advise everyone to live alone, get to know themselves, especially before getting in a relationship. Because only then will you find out who you really truly are, what you can really truly endure, how much faith you have in God, how you don't really need anyone on this single solitary earth except God. It's literally the only thing that you need. It's the only thing, person, creator that can pull you up out of any situation that you're in. You understand what I'm saying? I'm for real. Okay? So, people, they wake up, their feelings are different. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say that I don't believe in love or marriage or anything else, but you have to have that connection, that love with yourself over anybody else. Because how can you pour from an empty cup? I don't understand it, and you won't either. Okay? So, be by yourself. Love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Really love yourself. And ask yourself, if I'm going through this, and I don't like my own company, those people who say they don't like being alone, you scare me. If you don't like your own company, why would you want to bring somebody else in? It's not going to silence the noise. It's really going to make it louder. Okay? Think about that. I love you. See you in the next video.